So now, last video where it brings in our full topic for today.
Final thing that we're going to have to watch out for, and we saw this with social media after the fact, is the relationships kids are going to build with these systems. We are now giving kids access to an infinite, never-ending opportunity to engage with an imaginary friend, something that is always on, can answer all of their questions. That is a recipe for a new type of addiction. And we have to really be looking out for this. We kind of missed the boat on smartphones, and now we're all trying to get them back out of the classrooms. We can see this line of sight directly with AI systems and chatbots. And this isn't, of course, all on educators. This has to come to, tech companies. Is this kind of new addiction that might form between kids and chatbots, and that is not going to end up well. And do our best to bring parents on board with that. So even if that's at parent-teacher interviews, just casually saying, look out for the amount of time your kid spends chatting with a chatbot. I noticed they were a little bit more disengaged in class. That could be where. So this is another area that we have to apply foresight to, but we can see that line of sight happening quite clearly if we don't intervene.
All right. So this didn't even get into other components because shout out to the whole Black Nerd Podcast community that's on Instagram. I posed this question on our Instagram page and we got a bunch of responses, and I love you guys for sending these responses. So the question is, are you comfortable with your child having an AI chatbot friend? My homegirl Raven, she just replied. She said, no, thank you. Technology is sucking humanity dry. I'm old school, so I much rather my kids build up their social skills by having real interactions with other children their age. Yes, I definitely shout out to them for that. All right, so let me I want to get all of these because a lot of people answered. Okay, so let me show you the results. So the question was, are you comfortable with your children having an AI chatbot friend? 71% of the people said no. And Fame said, yes, I'm completely comfortable with my children speaking with a chatbot I set up with guidelines I have sat in place as the parent. I see the worry in parents that don't have the time to monitor or check in with their children that often, or for those who lack a basic understanding of coding and AI. I can't wait to give my spill on Sunday. Well, sorry, buddy, you're sick. Right. So, Jalen, you said it's too much like talking to strangers, and I'll let you elaborate later. Mastermind said, nope, not at all. I don't like it. I don't trust it, but I watch a lot of TV and I've never seen a positive outcome for supporting Skynet. Okay. Queen Euphoria said, I barely want them talking to our humans now. She said, I barely want them talking to other humans now. A robot, not even Rosie from the Jetsons. Damn, Rosie was definitely cool. So I'll get into some more of these in a minute because there's quite a few of them. Jalen, you are the resident den mother here, so I would definitely love your opinions first. Take it away. Give me your perspective.
So, like I was saying, it's too much like talking to strangers, and all of these movies, TV shows have taught us lots of things. One, somebody can always hack these systems and give kids, instructions to do things that they probably shouldn't do, things that are unsafe, things that are unhealthy. Yeah, what else? What other reason? It's bad for their social skills. They already have too many influences, like outside influences due to the internet. Yeah, like I can see how it could help some kids who might have like trouble interacting with other kids or things like that. But I feel like there's other things that we could do to help with that are less extreme.
Word. I as a person that's been a nerd my entire life, and I even have I have the perfect mix of what makes a person popular, and I have problems socializing. Not necessarily because I'm scared to socialize, or it's just not easy to make friends, to become connected socially with large groups. So, like, even with a person with a vast vocabulary like mine, the ability to code switch, confidence. So, if I'm having problems, this whole that's one of the things that I see such a big issue with younger kids. Even I ain't talking about just kids like 12 and 13 year olds. I'm talking about 22, 23, 25, 27-year olds. Like, it's hard for them to come into a room and to be able to interact with people. I've seen so many young people in their 20s don't even have the capability of articulating themselves because they've spent so much time by themselves. You know, they spent so much time just being on a video game in a room with the door closed, you know, and it's just like, to even be marginally successful in the real world, in the everyday world, you have to have social abilities. You got to interview, which requires social abilities. You know, you're going to have a job where most of the time you're interacting with other people. That takes social abilities. So when you tell a child that now you don't have to learn how to deal with conflict in a nonviolent way, when they don't have to deal with conflict, they don't have to learn how to build friendships. They don't have to learn how to just deal with other people. And they have this one program that they're dealing with all of the time. Man, like, it's the same thing with social media. Social media screwed a couple of generations up, where now we have these unrealistic expectations of the world because we're so connected, and people are so much more comfortable staying in than going out. Like,